Our company's origin story hails back to 2017. The LA-based visual effects studio XRES had received 20 of these newfangled devices called gigapans. A gigapan is a device that can photograph a giga, or 1 billion pixels or higher. Working with Yosemite geologist Greg Stock and 20 teams, XRES devised a plan to shoot the entirety of Yosemite Valley simultaneously. It was called the Yosemite Extreme Panoramic Imaging Project. Here you can see the high-resolution image allows a visitor to zoom into the hikers on Half Dome and interactively explore all of Yosemite Valley in great detail. At the same time, you can see the long line of hikers on the backside of Half Dome, making their way from Quarter Dome. 20 high-resolution images projected onto a 3D scan of the valley and then unwrapped to become the first ever hyper-resolution lateral view of the entirety of the valley. This technology allowed Yosemite geologists to accurately predict future rockslide events in entirely new ways. So, from 2007 to 2013, I traveled the world shooting as many of these gigapixel panoramas as possible, from the Khoi Sak National Park and Railay Beach in Thailand, Angkor Wat in Cambodia, and the Chiricahua National Park in southern Arizona, the Nepali Coast Trail on the island of Kauai, and the Fremont Bridge and Columbia River Gorge here in Oregon. During this time in 2010, under the graceful behest of art historian Thomas Laird and the Dalai Lama, I took the gigapixel capture system halfway across the world to the country formerly known as Tibet. I spent several months traveling across the country, moving from one town to the next. Our focus was the ancient Tibetan monasteries. The rooms within were literally crumbling and falling down before us. Our mission was to preserve and archive the wall murals using methods which would retain the greatest amount of detail. Many of the buildings we photographed no longer exist, so in this way it cannot be overstated what this project meant in terms of the preservation of the Tibetan Buddhist culture and its heritage. Murals of Tibet was released in 2018 by Taschen in 2 editions. One, a giant sumo edition, hand-signed by His Holiness the Dalai Lama.
In 2013, as the director of photography at Gigapan, I undertook the once-of-a-lifetime opportunity with Jonathan Woods from Time Inc. Before the building opened to the public, our mission was to engineer a 10-foot jib, install and suspend a Gigapan Epic Pro, out from the edge to capture the ultimate hyper-resolution vantage of New York City and One World Trade Center's selfie. We successfully shot the images, but stitching all of them into one giant panorama became extremely problematic. That's when I reached out to Gavin Farrell for help.
Then photographers spent weeks stitching over 500 photographs together for their once-in-a-lifetime shot. The final product, an interactive image so detailed you can zoom in from the top of the world to the photographer's grandparents sitting on a bench 1,776 feet below.
Wow, that's
They're
amazing.
watching us.
Oh my God.
Unreal.
No,
I had vertigo watching that piece.
That camera, that is such a great perspective. By the way, you can see and explore the full 360-degree image on today.com.
Spectacular. Really cool.
The image went live on March 6th of 2014, and it was the first ever image in Time's 91-year history that expanded the red border from not just one page, but to 3 pages in general.
Yeah, there you are, right there.
I am.
Yeah.
Handsome fella.
Actually, you can't be in 2 places at once, though.
I know.
So
I know.
just
One of me is not real.
Yeah. And the Zuck even used it to announce 360 photos on Facebook.
The Zuck?
Yeah.
You guys are that close now?
Yeah, we're best buds.
Nice.
Our first major client as Panogs was one of Seattle's greatest landmarks, the Space Needle. The Space Needle has presented us with some exciting challenges and wonderful opportunities. We introduced them to 360 video and filmed virtual experiences where you can walk the outer halo or bungee jump right off of it. You can fly over the Chihuly Garden of Glass and rise up over the top of the needle.
We are ready. Please go.
These experts in aerial and panoramic photography are capturing the thrill of the halo walk without the vertigo.
Bring yourselves up in altitude.
Michael Franz is co-founder of Panogs, the company creating the Space Needle's virtual reality experiences that will end up as a centerpiece of the Tourist Attractions app.
Today we're going to be using an array of 6 cameras, all pointing out in a different direction. What we will do is then take all of those, put them into a software program, stitch it all together, and create a unique experience.
Using one of these viewfinders, you can see the halo walk while keeping your feet on the ground.
On 9/11/2014, we installed a temporary gigapixel camera system above the Space Needle's aircraft beacon and captured an ultra-high resolution panoramic image of Seattle. "3,000 individual shots stitched together into a single image. This result would be used for the zoomable city kiosk, where visitors of the observation deck could explore the scenery in engaging ways."
is this for a view? Chopper 6 was right there as a unique and fearless kind of photographer with a pretty incredible lens, captured our city from a never-before-seen angle. Only 6 ABC got a sneak peek as they worked on a special interactive component of One Liberty observation deck in Philadelphia, which, come fall, will be the city's tallest standing attraction.
It was remarkable. It's just incredible to be up there.
And by up there, he means more than 1,000 feet up on the spire that stands atop One Liberty. Chopper 6 catching all the action. Gavin Farrell is the co-owner of Panogs, a mashup meaning panoramic photographer. Did you take any selfies while you were up there?
I did. I shot a little video selfie.
He says it's sort of like Google Earth, but rather than by satellite, his images capture an actual human vantage point. And the Panogs photogs come to us today from Portland, Oregon, and their work is not done yet. They're going back tonight to get more shots at sundown. By the way, it's the wedding day candid that will live on in Philadelphia history. But the big question, just who is the Love Park bride who may not even know that her big day is being eternalized at Philadelphia's tallest and newest attraction, One Liberty observation deck? The picture, one of my all-time favorite Big Talker follow-ups of all time. Yesterday, at this very time, I asked you, our 6 ABC viewers, to help find the Love Park bride, the woman whose photo was captured by an aerial camera atop One Liberty Place on her wedding day, and it's now part of an interactive exhibit at the brand new One Liberty observation deck. Well, in less than 20 minutes, you found her. Today, Casey went to the highest attraction in Philly to see it for herself. Her photo captured from 1,000 feet in the air. A most amazing candid on her wedding day.
The wedding photo you didn't anticipate.
Absolutely.
The one that is now logged in history forever.
And probably one of the
viewed by
coolest.
lots of people.
It's amazing. I mean, I can't believe that people will be able to actually see us. And for it to be in Love Park. I mean, we're so much in love and just got married or about to, and here we are in Love Park for everyone to see.
In 2015, we installed a permanent panoramic capture system atop the Space Needle. The camera captures a panorama of Seattle's skyline every 5 minutes and is set to do so for the next 50 years. Visitors of the observation deck can explore a live view of Seattle on a large kiosk and interactively move through the best shots over the years. You can also visit spaceneedle.com/webcam to explore the images yourself. We figured Seattle shouldn't be the only city to have one of these amazing systems. And so we installed a high-resolution panoramic capture system atop the Coin Tower here in Portland, Oregon. The data it collects is incredible, and it's amazing to watch in VR headsets. You can look for magical weather events and choose any day or time interactively. And in the morning, the live panoramic feed appears on the giant hyperwall in the Coin Tower's lobby.
So 360-degree cinematic virtual reality?
What about it?
Well, Panogs has been involved in a lot of 360 VR projects,
Yeah.
and there's really not enough time for us to go into all of them or discuss them here.
Yeah, that's true. Well, here's a few highlights.
Specialized prides itself on pushing the boundaries of bicycle innovation. Through speedy engineering, they can respond to their failures quicker and stay ahead of the curve.
What is this place?
So this is our very own sport-specific wind tunnel. We expect to remove around half this Great Pacific Garbage Patch every 5 years.
It's the start of a massive mission. This is the first of 60 booms that'll be towed out far into the oceans, one of the world's most ambitious environmental projects.
There were times too where I was totally in the zone. I felt relaxed and calm. Always right there at the moment, always right there.
It's just a place that is tangibly different than everywhere else on the planet. That place holds magic.
On a night that couldn't be better, with Hunter and an amazing group of people that came out tonight to listen to music, to experience the scenery, and to have classical music and the scenery together in one. It's quite magical.
You know, you hear a lot of talk about the Khumbu icefall and its reputation, but it deserves it. It moves. I mean, it's alive. You can hear it. It makes noise. It kind of screams at you. It creaks. It pops. You know, there's nothing static about it. I mean, we're talking, millions and millions of tons of ice moving at 6 feet a day as it flows down. It's real, and it has teeth, and unfortunately there are a lot of people that have been killed in it over the years, from the first expedition on Everest to just a couple of years ago. It's terrifying.
How did you capture this footage?
So we worked with Madison Mountaineering and a really amazing team called Panogs. They're a VR production company.
Capturing Everest, 360-degree VR, si.com/lifevr. Take every wave, layered in VR, si.com/lifevr.
And the Emmy goes to Capturing Everest, 360-degree VR, si.com, Live VR.
Accepting the Emmy, Mia Trams, executive producer.
Wow, oh my gosh, so many emotions. Capturing Everest was the very first virtual reality documentary to take you from the bottom to the top of the largest peak in the world. Such a group effort. Our production partner, Endemol Shine, Panogs, Mike Franz, I don't know where you are, but you're up there somewhere.
Oh, these things are heavier than I imagined.
They are, they actually are. And if I had a third, we could juggle.
Yeah, I'd like that. Or we could put a hood mount on top of your fancy ride.
Yeah, Jaguar's got nothing on this, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty aerodynamic.
They are very nice.
Or you could hang it from a gold chain.
Flame,
walk around.
flame!
Yeah.
Nice. At Panogs, we really strive to remain on the bleeding edge of cinematic gear.
It's true. We've built and deployed every VR camera system imaginable, and we've also complemented them with dynamic movement systems such as zip lines, rovers, and our favorite drones.
Yeah. Cue the aerial footage.
drones everywhere. We love drones. We also love 360, as you've maybe noticed on our channels. 360, 360, 360. We've got all the cameras, all the drones. But what about combining those? Did anyone ever think about that?
We've also partnered with an amazing company called Aerial Technology International to develop the all-new VR drone.
Yeah, essentially it's a in-air stabilized system which makes live 360 aerial VR possible. The reason is because there's a camera both above and below the airframe. And what happens is when you combine those feeds, the drones disappear.
Very cool. Panoramic photography and its systems are constantly evolving, and we just want to take a second to say that we couldn't do any of this without our wonderful partners. So thank you.
Yeah, agreed, absolutely. We really just look forward to sharing our upcoming and exciting projects with everybody.
Yeah. So for now, we want to say just enjoy the journey.